Hello, we are with Kristina Spassovska, the director of Everything Tastes Strange today. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
How are you?
Very well.
Thank you for having me here. It's the first time I'm screening the film in Bulgaria, so I'm happy that my friends can see it.
Thank you for being here. We're going to play the trailer and then you can tell us more about your movie.
Okay.
Amin.
Okay, my first question is about the title of the movie because it is so. It points so much to the movie, but it doesn't at the same time. So, could you tell us more about it?
The title, it's something that it was the first thing that came up to my mind one morning when I woke up. And that was in the house where the film is shot. It's the house where I was living as a child with my family. And just one day I woke up and I had this thought in my mind. And I thought, what a great title for a movie.
And you made the movie.
And I made a movie about it. It started as an idea, as a concept, and then it's little by little we started joining, constructing with different ideas together, and this is the final result.
Yeah, well, you did a great job. And can you tell us more how you picked, you told us that you pieced together different ideas. How did you pick that this is the idea?
It's more like the way I would say the way you fantasize, the way you dream. Sometimes you have one thing and then like an association, another comes. And it was a long time of thinking about it, how to be constructed as a story. Is there a story at all? It's more like an impression, more like an experience that I had while growing up in this garden with my brother, and the way I felt as a child there, and the way I discovered nature, because I moved there when I was 8. Before that I was living in an apartment in Sofia, and I remember when we moved there it was like a big discovery about myself, how I feel with all these colors around, and with myself and my insights, emotions and movements, and my desires. So I thought that maybe it should be something more of this, like an experience of a child.
You can really, yeah, you can really feel this in the movie, what the sister goes through.
Yeah.
It's, she doesn't speak much, there's not a lot of dialogue, but just everything, the feeling, the atmosphere, it puts you in her shoes and what she's going through, and the big change she's going through actually, that
Yeah.
kind of culminates in the shouting out from the mountains.
Yes, indeed. I never thought of this. She did shout, yes. It's you know, when you're a child, you grow up, something little happens and it has such a huge impact on you. And you don't understand it. It's not something that you are rational about it. It's just something that you experience, and then you cannot talk about it much with your siblings because you don't have words for it.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's what she goes through, or something like that. Understanding herself better, or connecting with herself better, overcoming something that she's afraid of. Yeah, and also feeling that that feeling when you are the younger child, you know, you have a sibling and he's older than you, and it's somehow all about him, you know. It's all about the older one because he's your guidance in a way, and you want to play with him. You want his attention. And me and my brother, we were growing up quite separate from other children for some reason. So it was our little world when we were alone, and we spent so much time alone. So yeah, so it's maybe she discovered something about how to be herself alone without someone else.
Yeah, from the shared world to just her own world, and she kind of has to go in there.
Yeah. And it's funny how she buries him, no?
Yeah.
She's like, hop, and he's gone.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that with my brother when I was a child. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's another movie.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Do we have any questions from the audience? You can go to the microphone.
A bit shorter for this. Isn't the burial act of keeping the brother only for herself?
Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Isn't the act of burial a mean to keep the brother only for herself?
Ah, that's interesting. Because he becomes an idea.
Yeah, only
He's
a
not
memory.
anymore real.
Yeah.
But it's funny how he escapes her anyway, you know, and she finds him with another girl. But she lets him go. I think that's important because, you know, a dog is something that is a beast, and at the same time it's a domestic animal, and you think of it as something that you own, but it's also as an animal it belongs to nature. It's free, so you don't own it, and I think she manages to overcome this feeling of owning this idea of the brother. That's nice. Yes.
Yeah, we have a new nuance here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it's some freedom maybe that we have when we go through these things, and that's what I wanted to shoot on 16 millimeters. So restricted, but I think it was quite challenging and beautiful to shoot. Yes.
I think it was worth it. Yeah. Thank you so much for
Thank
talking
you.
with us. We're going to
Thank
end the
you.
conversation here.